There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise of death. The work of my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa.
Indeed, a wet Wednesday evening to all of you, our dear travel listeners, those of you who are listening. Today is Wednesday, having to be the 3rd of June. For a matter of fact, the 6th month, the year remains the same, 2026. So we are gradual, we like to make these things very, very simple or easier so that all of you who are, maybe whether you are sport or lover, or maybe you love the football games, or maybe but you don't know about it. From the first, that means number one, right? So that's the goalkeeping part of the entire football game. So the goalkeeper wear number one. Sometimes you wear maybe a different number, but that's his number one. So number two that defend, three that defend up to 4, 5. These are defensive numbers and so forth. Then by the time you start to go into number 6, then you start to go now into the defensive midfield, and so back to back up to 7, 8, 9, and just like that. So we now stay into the defensive part of the month. By this time, when the month is there, that means we are still defending. So some of you that's going to defend, you have to defend. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, folks. Let me say thanks to our partners, those of you who always if I relay this broadcast. Thank you so much for all you do for Sktv and other Truth FM. It's because of you that other people do also in some of the leeward counties. Maybe sometimes we already there, but you don't want to add up. That's good, because sometimes you have your own audience. You have your followers, people that listen to your radio. So again, we want to give it up to all of you. Those of you always relay our program or our show right here on Truth FM. Thank you so much. And to the head of this entire institution, our own dynamic CEO, Laike Berete, good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for giving Sktv the opportunity for us to be able to air our programs right here on your network. And to all the Sktv followers, man, supporters, and well wishers to this Wednesday, May week, in the May week edition of the Sktv show, best week. So many things happening back home. We hear about 41. I don't know what kind of number is that again. You know, Liberia is just an interesting country. Well, you know, even if you are hungry, right? Someone will say, maybe even if you are hungry, don't forget to have data. But again, we even meeting some of the data. These data are not just so easy, it's costly also. So if you don't have food, sometimes it's not easy to even get the internet. But again, 41, we're hearing unconfirmed news reports circulating on social media that some 41 lawmakers are planning, you know, like it's just a basic country with all kinds of things happening every day. Allegedly, 41 lawmakers are planning to remove the regime speaker. No, man, that would be a bad thing, though. But anyway, they're planning to remove the regime speaker. That's why we're hearing these news are all unconfirmed. And, you know, sometimes these news come as, you know, from so many corridors and so forth, back to back. But again, 41 lawmakers are planning. We don't know yet. And we're hearing that maybe Thomas Father, the de facto speaker, for me, I always refer to him, I know, as a de facto speaker, because from day one, I keep saying this, I will say this, I will still stand by my word that Thomas Father is the speaker, whether you like it or not, even though he's not sitting in a capacity as a speaker. But if you look at the entire happening surrounding all of the, someone will say the intro to the everything, Thomas Father is the speaker. But again, help us share the show, people. Those of you who just joining, please help us share the show so that other people too who are also maybe who may not get the light will also be able to follow us, or to also or to also watch the show live. To our students, I think today mark the 2 of our students, the 12th graders. For a matter of fact, they started their wars on Monday, and on Tuesday they go for break. And today again, in fact, today I think they're getting on the 2 of their WAS examination. We've been hearing series of reports, some of the students complaining about calculators that they haven't, in fact, they haven't received any calculators, or maybe calculator from WIEC or from WAS or from Ministry of Education. Yes, and some of the students are also complaining that some of the science subjects, or what you may call them, some of them, they are saying that they haven't even learned anything before. They haven't come across any of these subjects before. How come they see this subject? For example, some of them are saying that they don't even have a science teacher. So, like for example, in Leeward County, that they don't have science teacher. How come they see physics, they see chemistry, and so forth? So, in fact, biology, you know, and so they are confused. But again, that's it. Liberia for us, all of us, where all of the hoarding and pulling is all about politics. While the reality, the people there, they are struggling all about themselves. It's just about, you know, Mameka in the forest. And when you enter in the forest, if you don't want to survive, it's up to you. That's a country that we all find ourselves in. Yes, we live in a very big forest. You have to fight to survive. If you don't fight, it's up to you. That's it. So people, and today again, the president, I think they said the president launched what kind of thing? Security. So President Joseph Yema Boakai today launched what you call official launch of Liberia National Security Strategy 2026 to 2036. I'm missing Charter of Vision 2030. I don't know what's going to happen when we enter 2030. All of these visions, all of these strategies, everything just continue to go down the drain just because other people think that maybe the only thing they can do is for them to bring in their own ideas, silence other people's plans, or maybe other people ideas. So at the end of the day, today we stay where we are. So congratulations again to all of us, our country, at least among the 50 people that the U.S. maybe doing business with, or they've been interacting with when it comes to the embassies and everything. At least they were able to drop most of them, and at least 20 with me, and among the 20, Liberia is there at least. So that means you don't have to go all the way in Guinea or Ghana or maybe Cote d'Ivoire, or maybe you don't have to go Senegal for you to get the U.S. visa. You will also get a visa right here. Right here, you're going to get a visa right here. So it's good. That's a good news. But again, you know, somebody saying the way the politicians always want to do these things. Somebody saying, I don't know, what are the old man in the market there? What is she got to do? Well, got a visa business. So, you know, like just something that we all about. The best news is to make the livelihood of our people better. That's the only good news for me I've been waiting for. And also, I saw some kind of thing on the social media. Also, I think the Salvation Army school, in fact, they cut off 50% of their college or university fees. At least, thank God, that good news. I don't know how can the Ministry of Education, they're not carrying that news, or even the government surrogates or their supporters. How come you're not carrying the news? These are all good news. Salvation Army saying that no, in this country, people are struggling. For somebody to be paying $15 per credit or for credit, it's not good. So they reduce the fees at about 50%. So if you used to pay maybe $15 before, now you start paying $7 for credit, or maybe per credit for the course, or maybe some of the courses you'll be doing. That's a good news. When we say these things here, people feel that maybe that we get SARS. Oh, maybe when they say on the radio they get SARS. No. You see it? I don't know anybody from Salvation Army. I don't even care to know anybody from there. But I appreciate what they are doing. And I hope and pray that other colleges or university will also follow suit. Please. Because to me, let me be frank, it made no sense. To admit, let's just take everything in a very serious way. We giving people scholarship to go outside of the maybe of Liberia to go and learn in other people's countries. Go there and learn. Why can't we just make our own little bit cheaper and make it better so that other people can come and say, okay, yes, people want to go to school. Yeah, now this was test. They say English and math. No science, nothing there. You know, we got to change certain thing. Yeah, let me be frank. We got to change certain thing. For example, we been with it every time English and math. When you fail English and math, you fail. No. We are depriving our young generation from growing. All these things is just a form of, you know, stopping people. That when you fail English, that means you will not go forward. When you fail math, that means you will not go forward. That's bad. Especially a country that just from war. A country that's still fighting hard to develop. Why you just put a lot of bureaucracy on yourself? I don't even understand somebody, I don't know, people that are just sitting to so many positions. They are saying 10 years ago, in fact, 20 years ago, we stayed into the English and math. Depriving a lot of young people from going to school. Because some of them, by the time they feel that life now, hey man, the person feel maybe in math, or maybe I got in English, the person now afraid. They don't want to go to college anymore. I don't think this kind of thing, man. So, Salvation Army, thank you. Great job. That's good. In fact, let me recognize all of you, Sticky Traore, Jim David, Asata O. Dawson. Thank you for watching. My good friend and brother Robert, thanks to all of you. You please help us share the show. Yeah, so today we have things that I already learned for you already that we said last evening. We will what? Ask you a question today. Yeah, so we'll ask you a question today about where are we? We've gone 2 years, 6 months, and we'll read out these things. And some of all we've been here and we've been discussing these things. We talk about everything there beside. Maybe that's something maybe that we'll not talk about that you said that you also remind us on about our politicians, some of the campaign promises, some of the things that were said that we think that is our problem. And we think that this deacon of mine, Deacon Bwaka, could easily solve because of his experience. So we read out everything, but Ali is here already. Help us share the show out. In fact, today's birthday of my own little man. Yes, in fact, Dave Kula celebrates his natal day on today. He turned 9 years. Happy birthday to you, son, and happy birthday to all of you, those of you who are also celebrating alongside with him. Yeah, so indeed, we will read out everything, but Ali is here. Let me welcome my good friend and brother. Brother Ali, good evening. Send me some on the social stuff. Bye-bye. Adebode Meriel, social news. What's up,
Yeah.
my brother?
Oh, sorry, Mabel. Good afternoon, my brother. How are you? How you doing? And good afternoon to our listening audience and follower. Yeah, my man. I'm very busy here doing one or two, but no problem. We are here. No problem. We'll see what to do. Has the family. Happy birthday to your junior.
Yeah, man.
Wish him many more years, more knowledge, wisdom. He shouldn't get wisdom like your birthday Digon. He should get wisdom like a father. Best wishes, many more years to come. Yes, we
No,
are
but some
here.
of these things, I think we're going to be quick in for the meetings. Some of these things, sometimes people can really have this thing, but people can make it look like you found that you have it. Like, for example, somebody don't look at you just say, but you can do this, and you have everything. They talk and say, but you can prepare yourself, and you go to focus for you after all the millions that was spent on you, you can't even do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my brother, we great, man. Thank God for life. Everything is good here from our end, apart from the raining. In fact, it's been raining throughout the day today. In fact, we are ready now into the raining season already 100%. So yeah, so we're good to go. For last evening, our discussion, but there are other few things happening maybe alongside, along the way that will also maybe chip in on a wave while we go on with our major talking points here for the day. You send me some on social stuff or some on social video for me. Have you really get that entire information about, I don't know, a lady killing another lady by leg track? How come? Who have they proof that yes, in fact, they were leg track? Oh, well, that's another story because
Yeah, but
I don't want to.
the
Mm,
problem here, maybe,
mm,
or be a language track or not, or because I saw that post from 5 different
mm,
groups posting that thing, or a lady was killed because she followed somebody husband
mm.
and the striker with leg me. So I'm like, oh, but they think that is serious.
Yeah, they wanna get me good.
Somebody just use leg me, and a motorball man he hold ground there. Another person use leg me. Somebody holding ground for their main business. But the bottom line here is maybe on our sister had to be very careful. It's not easy to be a relationship. Yes, today you see people they are in their marriages. So yeah, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. There are a lot of things taking
Mhm.
nonsense and BS from one another, and they are moving on. And then nobody will just allow them and their husband they struggling, they going through this, they going through that, and then they see a little girl, they will not look at their fault. What made that man to go out there? They are not going to check themselves. Why would they be my husband to go behind that little girl? No, they don't care to check their fault.
That's the point.
But they will be like, okay, yes, I will show to her I'm a woman, this and that, and she thinks she can destroy my home. But you should examine yourself. What did I do for my husband to follow this little girl? They will not check. They will just go ahead and do what they want to do. Be whether that information is true or false. But this should be a warning to our sisters out there. Yes, the whole thing is no more better days ahead, no more better days ahead.
No.
No woman want to struggle with a man. They just want everything to be bread and butter. This is why bringing some of this untimely death. Some people get goa, some people get all kind of sicknesses. There are some people you follow their men, they make you to see your Monday period from Sunday to Sunday. This thing can happen. We have seen it.
Oh
People
yes.
go about doing that when you follow their men. So our sister, they had to be very careful how they go out there. Stay away from people, married men. You will say that not make out to the man that your husband, he the one walk out to me. But you should know he's a married man. Be careful. If you think you want to be a slave queen, you want to be relaxing, somebody leaving his wife or leaving a wife and children, they eating dry rice, and he coming to you, you eating chicken thigh hamburger, you are taking risks with your life, my sister. Be careful. And some of y'all, the married women, y'all can cause this for yourself. You get your husband when two of y'all in the house, Whole day you get shower cap on your head, mama polo cap, you tie lapa to your heel, you wear long sleeve shirt, you cover your entire body in the house when you there with your husband. When you ready to go out, then you dress sexy. Who are you dressing sexy out there for? So these are some of the things y'all will do. The men will be like, okay, but then when you start seeing those little children out there looking sharp, some men then that's what they go for. You see, if you have children in the house, that is understood. But I think you're supposed to be sexy up in the house with your husband, then wearing all those mama polo neck cap, whole day you're getting in the house when you're there with the man. He can't even see your beauty. Like I share another thing with you. There's a guy, he and this girl, they went together, and now he leaving her because of her dress code.
Oh
And the
yes,
girl is
I
now
saw.
asking him, why got you attracted? Yes, why got you attracted to me? Because she was dressing all sexy up, half naked. Now why you saw and then you got attracted to her. Now the two of you together, you don't want her to dress like that. You feel so insecure when she dressed like that. And now she asking you what you saw that made you to come after me. Then you telling her, oh yes, but right now you get a relationship, so you supposed to be dressing like that. Did she tell you she was dressing half naked or dressing all sexy up because she wanted men? So we the men, we had to be very careful. That's why I always say, Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful to God, Mayborn. I am very, very much grateful to God.
Hmm.
Whenever I
Well,
see women dressing so half naked, that thing that they can say, oh, sexy up, I don't get attracted to them. I can even say get annoyed. I can get pissed off with this kind of dress code because I believe a woman going out there, you should be able to dress decently.
mhm.
But some of them, I had their men like them. I don't get problem with them. But for me, I will never and ever, even when I was not married, I don't go after women for those kind of inappropriate way of dressing. Because tomorrow, if I want to change you, why will you tell me that this girl is asking this guy, why got you attracted to me? It was my sexy dressing. Why do you want to stop it now? You see, how can you answer that question? And this is why I never used to go after women because of dressing half naked or the low sexy out there. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Sometimes there are little words. Sometimes they say looking good is a business, and for me, I don't want to say because maybe the person dressed half naked. That's because for us too, even from the religious side, if you see what happened between David and that of Uriah's wife, it will tell you that it was just so because of that, let me be frank, because of that, so now people don't let us our bathroom. So I will agree, I will not agree with because sometimes too, people will not want to people want, there's a saying that they say, I don't man, what the men see that when you move back, right? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that way the male go. If you are already engaged, like for example, you already have your man or everything already living with men whom you don't dress like that anymore. That means if you want to dress, you should dress in the house. Maybe if you home, you can dress with the kind of skin tight. Because most of our sisters, you see them wearing skin tight, and then they also it's shocking to me. And some of them they in relationship. Some of them they had their husband, they had their boyfriend here and there, and that's wrong. That's wrong. So that, for example, someone who listen to me ask about what happened between David and Uriah wife. The reason why the man had to send a general to the front line was because she was taken by Osa. The man was upstairs. So when he definitely seen the woman, he said, oh, but then I like the woman. And not that she was too fine or they no. So all these things attract men, but at the end of the day, you women out there, even you can use some of the technique, I'm just saying because some of us, our sisters who are single too, they can use the technique. But if you use the other technique, maybe you go fishing and you finish catching the fish. The best thing not to do that, my brother, is to now put yourself together and say, no, the fish I catch, I think I will only be using the technique on my fish so that my fish will get go look for another fish. The women that know these things. Who tell you that the women they don't know that women will go out there? That anytime I will see another woman, I will have a cut. They know these things. But then you just say Some of them, they just choose not to do the right thing in their very homes. They just choose to just be arrogant. Some of them, they choose to be disrespectful to the house. And I don't know, the African movies they watch, now and then on the internet make it so easy. They on the TikTok, they watching somebody, they're listening. What someone else saying, they answer picking up. And that's bad, Aliu. So you're right. You got to pick up. You look, that man you get home, 50 women, one a man. Maybe some of you women today, you always disrespecting that man that you have, like you know, the one thing you always say, don't disrespect men, even though he broke. But when that man start to make little money, you know how many girlfriends that man will get? So they may not marry you for you to torment him. Most of our mothers, our sisters, Brother Aliu, thank you for even raising this up. Most of our women, by the time you marry them, my brother, you tend to, in fact, they will torment you because they feel that the law make it look like they have all the right for all. We don't have right with the men. So they're forgetting about even that tradition back home. Apart from some African countries like Nigeria, that practice highlight that tradition, that women be submissive, be respectful to your husband. How many women today? The man talking, you talking. The man doing it when you do. The man you not like it when you say you not like it like your business. In the man mouth, in your mouth, my brother. So I think the only thing that they will do that will fret. Some of them they will even abandon the men. In that case, now if you even investigate and you go find out that maybe she may have even leave her home, abandon the man, go out there now, the men struggling to get their comfort. So you want the man to go hang himself? Just because I'm married? No. My wife even listen to me now. She leave the home. I'll never go run after you. My brother. I will not run after you. The thing I carry you, maybe I will bring you back. But I will not run after you. Because I will not put my life in cage.
Maybe what's happening? Sorry, Mabel, sorry. What happening? I'm not seeing myself. I'm not seeing myself. What happening?
No, I think I come in.
The whole screen just went on, it came back on. I'm just seeing myself.
You gotta log out, but I'm seeing you. You're not shaking. That's also you gotta log out and log in.
Okay, let me log out and come back. Yes.
Yeah. So some of you who are listening to us today, that's why when we come on the show here, we want to protect you women. And we sometimes we talk the weekend, but yeah, maybe when you're coming, you won't be bashing. No, we are not bashing. Women are important.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on your location.
Women are important. So that's why if you're a woman, you're important. Let me tell you, the mistake most of you can always make today, let me tell you, from your 16 years up to 18, if you don't be careful, at there where some of you can start messing everything up. From 14, let me say from 14 all the way to 18, from 18 all the way to 21, right in between the up to 25 as a woman. If you listen to your parents, go to school. If you listen to your parents and you go to school, and you not focus or you not see yourself in the street, there's a way some of the young girl who photos or video were showing the free time where they were there doing all kinds of things. No, your life, that good man will come your way. But you don't know these things. Who want to be running behind somebody who already know all the streets? Who already know all the other nightclubs? Who already know everywhere? Who want to? What kind of? Do you know that even the men who have been trained to the same way the women too they have been trained by their parents? Yes. Every father trained his or son to become a father for another woman. So why would some other child or some other son be in torment 24 hours just because the person won't get a relationship? It's bad. It's bad. Most of you got all these things are happening today. 95% come from most of our sisters' behavior. Most of them, they don't do nothing wrong. The men or they just imagine, Brother Aliu, that the first frustrating part about the entire thing, you're not doing nothing. You become total liability to somebody. Then you sit down there, you say giving the man a headache.
Not double trouble. Yeah. Why you see, and this is what I always tell people. If you want to see the good out of your husband, give him peace. gave him respect. These two things, you will see your husband performing, and you will be like, people will be saying in the community, oh, maybe this guy did something to a man. Give him peace. Like you said, Mayborn, or you the woman, you own a home. Yes, you cooking, you taking care of the man clothes, you taking care of the children, this and that. He going out there, he hustling to bring daily bread. And then at the same time again, you are not giving him peace.
No
You see,
peace.
when you go out there, you hustle, you come home, you want to be nagging, you want, even when he go, he come, you, oh, I told $5 water, $5 cold water today for Mayborn. Please give me that $5, let me go pay. Even the cold water you will drink when Mayborn go to well, when Mayborn can you pay, then you're not giving him peace. These things, they are not good. And our
Total
sisters,
liability.
here we always
Most
say,
of them, they are total liability.
yes,
And I want to most of the. Let me tell you, I went for some kind of a workshop. I will always say the workshop. In fact, the story here. There's how they call him, a South African, fellow that did that were on us, something, and you were talking to the young guys. That day he said all the single young guys stand up. All of us by them, we stood up. The man said, if you haven't married, don't take no woman responsibility. We say, why? The man said, yeah, because that person responsibility that you taking, you are taking another person responsibility for your child, because at the end of the day, that lady will leave you and go, and at the end of the day, you will be the loser. So don't never take a lady who don't marry responsibility or by sending her to school. That day, the entire place was quiet. All the young guys were like, oh, wow. So that means I've been making this mistake for ever so long. Yes. That's why you see sometimes when this kind of thing happens, you see some of the men, they want to do things to, because of anger, because of their investment. They are already invested in you. And then you play for all of them. So sometimes when you see some of these things happen, all of the domestic violence here and there, why is it happening? What kind of woman will be working and be giving me money and you? Then may go for or tell that you go for her and start hitting her and start doing anything. No. But they got the anger from the man because of his investment in you. So when you will learn these things, well, no, they don't care. All they care about is how to go out there, how to maintain the man, how to do things, how to control, and nobody to call the man beside you, but you're not giving the man, as you said, what the man deserved. And I follow most of the pastors. They are not teaching them from just be doing prosperity, or you will prosper, or you will do. No, they are not teaching a lot of life lessons. So I hope and pray that most of our sisters, mother, then, you will learn some of these things. Go on the internet, is there. Click on all of the TikTok. Don't be following the comedian all of the time, or maybe don't follow anytime when you following people. Don't follow people who are frustrated and they are telling you that, for example, somebody frustrated in marriage, and he pointed that marriage not good. I didn't like that person to go follow.
you can't go that route, my man.
I tell you. And I was looking, yeah, marriage not good. Yes, that's true, man. The person right. No, because the person wouldn't work because of their behavior, or maybe that kind of behavior. That's why that wouldn't work. So it doesn't mean that marriage is bad. No. So my wouldn't work tomorrow. As you come and say marriage bad, or people shouldn't get into marriage. No. So my brother move from man. So these are things. But again, Aliu, our personal launch 2026, 2030, and 2030 security. Oh, yeah, let me show. Security, how do you call it? Yes. So the personal launch 2026, 2030. Coming quickly, let me just get the entire piece. I don't want to leave anything behind before the rescue. Like I say, okay, good. So the president attend the official launch of Liberia National Security Strategy 2026. Yeah, at the time I really wanted to get 2026, 2036. What say you with the other new launching again today that we're launching another security strategy? Working on, I mean, I'm still finding it difficult to even understand the new security strategy, what that means. Maybe that you will tell us, some of you, that maybe that get a little idea about security.
But this other thing, I just saw it, like I can say, before coming on the show, when I woke up, I saw the president launched a security strategy 2026 to 2036. I don't really know what's the intent of this security strategy they are talking about. But every day Baka launching thing in launching thing why he get launched to clear the border, I don't know. But they that security strategy they're talking about, I know that just another means of maybe probably taking the taxpayer money again to the way they continue putting more money to NSA, will continue asking them why you're putting money to NSA. We are not at war, we are not under threat, nothing happening in the country. Maybe they want to justify some of this money now. Security strategy. Let's see what that other strategy for. For me, I have no idea because I was just going through it. I didn't even end it when I wake up, and later when I saw the link. Maybe some people will call us and tell us what the security strategy is about. Maybe they need to put some strategies in place now security wise. Maybe there are some things happening in the country. They want to beef up the security system, yeah, for our
Yeah.
protection and things. We will know in the next coming
Maybe,
day.
yeah,
Yeah, the
I think you're right.
information ministry will be able to tell us, due to XYZ things that are happening in the country, we thought it security wise to come up with a strategy that will carry the country from
Rabbi, your weight. The
2026 to
purple budget.
2036. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the end, yeah,
Continue.
Robert, we will know in subsequent time how much $1 million the government need for the security strategy that the president launched today, because he launched a security strategy. Probably they coming to tell us, yeah, the government need 15 million or 20 million to straighten the security strategy that was launched by the president. So we will get to know. So we look
God.
forward to hear from the information ministry. Yeah, because when this thing happen, they should be able to at least make it clear to the public so that the least men, our people in Glocon GD can know that the president launched security strategy, and when they talk about security strategy, why it is for, so we can know. So that's just it, Mabon.
Yes, I think I concur with you. I agree with you 100%. I think we just remain on that existing statement or what you may call, because that's just it. So we wait and see as to the budget aspect. Yeah, Robert, that's a good question, but we don't know yet as to how much will be there again. But Liberia is a country, they are just launching, but they don't want to launch poverty or maybe corruption. They don't want to launch maybe unemployment and so forth. But again, Ali, also in passing quickly, then we'll come to our major talking point today. We hear about 41, in fact, 41 lawmakers rather may likely maybe have another coup. The first group, I think they were around 49, and at the end of the day, they were able to remove uh, J. Folanti Kofa to have a regime speaker. Again, we hearing unconfirmed news circulating on the social media that people are now having meetings back to back to have the speaker removed, even though in threatening his colleagues that when they don't go to work either tomorrow, there'll be some punishment along the way. What say you quickly?
Yes, Mabon. Or what you say, at least I saw it today. Myself, I saw that post, and I saw some representative today around the riverside area there. So I was there. What those guys are doing here, not knowing they went for meeting over there today. Yes, they were to riverside there to the Simple Bridge.
Oh,
Yeah, to Simple Bridge before crossing the bridge on your right,
I
riverside.
mean, how you just giving all the play-by-play description, man.
But I'm from the Bushwa Island now. I was living
What?
Simple Bridge so many years before moving out. Yeah. So that's where they had their meeting today. They were 41 in number. They see rope that tie monkey, that they see rope like a tie baboon, as the people always say. And this thing here, for me, I think, like I said yesterday, I think it was either or Monk or Chairman. One of them said that looking at things, what is happening now, what is unfolding, they see Thomas Fala getting a speakership before the end of Joseph Boakai 6 years. And see what happened. Joseph Boakai went with Fonati Kofa to where said they went to go see the Pope and
Yeah, I think that
everything.
was in Italy.
or in Italy, and everything was done behind him. And today we don't know. Thomas Fala just left the country. We know where he gone to. Some people say China. We know. Some people say in the country.
What Thomas Fala here? The Nimbo chairman here.
Nimbo chairman here, and then we see this is happening too. Maybe that's something that he playing. He say, I don't want to be part of it, so let me just go. That is so they can say, oh yes, I was not part of it. But this is something, like I said, or people will say Joseph Boakai didn't learn anything the 42 years himself in government. I think he learned something. One of the things he learned from Manaseli was the removal of speaker. Yes, he learned that from Manaseli administration. And for the Doe administration, what he learned was going after his political opponent. Anybody that does not align with him, he go after you. These are the two things he's showing that he learned. And Thomas Fala is not to be trusted. Like I said, nobody going to trust Thomas Fala within the Unity Party. And that's why you see him when he formed his own limbo or Wakanambo for the re-election of Joseph Boakai. And that's why Newman is telling him, if you want to support Joseph Boakai, join the Unity Party. If you want big door, big door. You want big cat, big cat. Don't be door cat. But because he know nobody going to trust him in the Unity Party, because the way he betrayed the CDC and his own men for Nati Kufa, they all came from the same CDC block. If Thomas Fala can betray Kufa, what much more about Kun? The men who two and then grew up in the same political party, everything he betrayed him. What much more about Kun? But we're hearing that they get another representative that they believe and they trust that he can be a better speaker than Richie Kun. So maybe that person will be the speaker, Thomas Fala be the deputy, or Thomas Fala will be the speaker, and that person will be the deputy. But so far, so good. These are information. Let's wait tomorrow and see if the speaker will get quorum to conduct session. If he doesn't get quorum again tomorrow, then we know that this is going somewhere else.
If you want to be door, you be door.
No, Mr. Corner, these are the president legacy that he's setting. Removing people and all of these things. These are legacy that tomorrow they will remember Joseph Boakai. Yes.
So that means tomorrow when our region speaker, our most talk about speaker, the only social speaker, the speaker who can go somewhere with if you manage to go tomorrow, that means it won't be done.
Remember, this is not going to be good. Right now, the man is worried. You cannot lose the speakership at the same time you lose your spouse. Because this spouse here only go for the big hanging fruit. So when he lose the speakership, she's not coming to be to a common representative. So that
and that lady that Steve said, that Steve woman, I probably work for Steve. She said, the woman I no better business. So
better.
So we make a fire for the speaker position. But
you need to pay her.
No, we just speak up. If you listen to me, chairman, they play every night. Mumbo last all your men, even go in your cover. You know the money business. How they want your money? Yeah.
On a serious note, I had conversation with TD representative, and like I said, people, you have to be very careful how you speak. The statement Richard made yesterday, it is annoying. It took up most of these guys to say, even say, if I'm not part of what is about to happen, I will say, let me see him giving order to deduct. You cannot speak like that loosely as if to say, these are your children, that you can just commend them. If they can, you will call their salaries. Who are you? You are represented like them. They only choose you to be their head. And you know how you got there. Last statement yesterday was annoying. It's just that you you tell your son, when you do this one, you will not eat in a horse today. Because while you get full control over him, you don't have that authority. So that statement yesterday he made, he was so fast in speaking. This man does not have leadership ability, or leader does not speak like that. And this is
for Steve, man, because Steve. And then when Steve, he make it clear already. Can go for, I don't know what kind of bidding, low bid, I don't know what kind of no. So you just gotta fire tornado. You fire the whole week. Yeah, it's about again, Aliu, since this thing now are becoming like attention now given to the Nima audit stuff because my brother will live in well, if I will live in a society where a group of people will join together, milk the country, and at the end of the day, one person carry all of the noise, carry all of the blames, and do everything. That's the kind of country we live in here today. Every time we hear the system is terrible, the system is this, the system is that, indeed. Because at the end of the day, certain group of people think that they are the one that control the entire country, they want to control the entire country, so they can do anything that they want to do. Mismanagement, millions missing, and abandoned projects. The people of Nimba were robbed. This news here, but I used to admit, Nimba County is not a small county that people will just carry investment, carry all kinds of things there from 2018 to 2023. And I think they got to bring local county audit. They got to bring all the other counties. I think, yes, who won't know these things? How these people manage with these resources? How come county like Nimba today, they can give account of even unfinished projects, but you still have too many people stay here today into various positions. The only person who gone now is the late Senator Prince Ward Johnson. Well, I think the rest of the other people that stay alive, right, are alive.
Yeah, you still get all those other people are there. You get the vice president right now. He's there. He was representing. He became senator or whatsoever. He now vice president. We still get people like what the guy named in the house there.
Some of the former officials,
yeah, they are all there. And
the current officials too, they are still alive.
They are still alive. So what's the problem? You see?
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
So what's the problem when these people, they are all alive and Senator Johnson may so rest in peace, is no longer among them. So we get Nyatwe now, we get Goga, we get the vice president, and the list go on. All these people from Nima County. What's happening? Because the city were great, the city were great.
In fact, 34.8 million. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. The city were great Makante. You see, I don't know why all these counties and where all the big minerals or investment, those people are extracting the mineral from those counties, and the lawmakers, they are just so dumb and they don't say anything. You don't see people will continue talking, and they are doing nothing about it to transform the lives of their people in those various counties, Nima County and Grand Kidman County. What's going on?
And Brother Aliu, since this report, I haven't heard anything. The only people, or the I think Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete just wrote, one way, one person who been back to back, saying that yes, he want accountability. He want to know where the 2.5 million Nigerian dollar and USD and the LD is 34.8 million. Where the money go? Who took all of the millions dollars that's supposed to make impact in the livelihood of the people there in Nimba? This is not only unique to only Nimba though, but only Nimba can report out from 2018 to 2023. Says yes. Oh, nobody, they don't want to get the country money. Where all the monies go? And now today we see even unfinished projects.
But maybe those were some of the things that made the Nimadians, some of them, they went against the CDC government because they say, oh, county development fund, this and that, George, the government were holding on to the money and what have you. So now George Weah is no more president. So where is the money going now? You see, because yesterday they accused the previous administration for the Nima County development fund.
All of you, we need accountability for the people money. Even we want all the counties report to come out. I want to know my own county. Where the money is going? Every time we see the guys acting that they are beyond here. By the time few group of people get together, they take a bunch of money from there. You know, when I see the politician behaving in what kind of people are they? Just to get somebody's scholarship, you will go take whole bag of money in front of people just to prove that in fact that where you get all the money from. I don't know where the FIA or the money laundering people. Why they can't arrest money people?
For the Financial Intelligence Agency,
I'm telling you,
the FIA.
So these are some of the abandoned projects or things that already the other machine you're saying that some of the machine or the moving equipment. Now, yeah, that's on here. So you just see that. Nimba County, everything broke down because we will take care of these states.
And this
And
is why
Musa Assembly said that, in fact, coming by Aliu, he said, I fully concurred with the statement of Honorable Tao Wombe, and I believe his position must mark the beginning of a serious demand for accountability in Nima County. We want a vice president. This one, the vice president must speak. Vice president, don't remain silent. We saw you in Grand Cape Manifita acting like you were so in tears for Liberia. We want you to speak to this issue because you are the eye for the people in Nimba there now. So we want to know where all the monies go. Good thing, all the report out from 2018 to 2023. So we want to know all the monies. Where you're spending people money. How can our children still living in makeshift buildings, schools? See all these schools that we're also posting around here today for our children. Where the money is going? Y'all will give account for the money. All the counties won't get all the county report. We'll get everything out. So, but Aliu, for me too, myself, I agree with Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete. I agree with Tao Wombe and other prominent sons and daughters who are calling for accountability from the audit report. And you see, this same thing happened with the U.S. ambassador over here. How they call him? McCarthy. McCarthy said all of these things. We said these things on the same radio. Today, some of the people now, they are number two people. They are number two in the country. But you say you want change. I don't even get what kind of change you really want. So now you all the report now. Who are talking about it? Bisata, Wombe, and now Musa or somebody. Who they come and talk about it? So we want to know where did money go? Where did people money go? But I did go ahead and AB2 here, so I'm gonna welcome you if you have anything to say. But this is indeed interesting. And I think, like you said, let the audit report come out across the entire country. Let know today. How look, before I tell you what to my brother, I was recommending that let the county yourself have a own budget. Like, for example, if you have Lofa County, that 50 million for Lofa County, in that same Lofa County, all of the town chiefs and all everybody that are there that are responsible, in fact, even the superintendent should be elected. Let the people be able to control their system. The same way you're looking in America, where you have New York, they control their own, right? You have Minnesota, and I am looking, but are you?
That's how you're looking. That's how you're looking. Mm-hmm.
But how can you everything you got to pass on a cookie D? You got to move from unit 1 to unit 2 to unit 3 to unit 4 to unit 5 before you reach to even unit 10. I said, and I didn't make.
And that's one of the best system. If we put in place in Liberia, I think we will get a better country. Yes, because like what you're saying, every county you manage your budget, everything, you get a system set up. Your money don't have to leave from your county all the way. Moreover, then you start struggling to get it to carry back again. You see, these are some of the things. Like here, every state, you manage your own stuff and thing and take care of your state and see what you can do to impact the lives of your people. That's one of the good things. You see, that's why you don't hear too much noise. But again, like those yellow machines you see here, these are some of the things I said. If care is not taking the 285 yellow machine, going to be another environmental hazard. Because you will just bring this thing, and when they break down, then you pack them, you leave them there. See how these ones are looking. Like you asking about those lawmakers, my past experience in Grand Cape County when I was working there in King George. Lawmakers, when they come, they only go to the company. The moment they go, they receive that brown envelope and thing. They will only come and tell you know why the people they are working, and they will cater to your. It's just that the way your thing, the way they're supposed to get the mineral, they are not getting it like that. That's why they will say. But we working there, we see the high grade, the low grade, the medium grade, the 3 different grades of mineral they are taking from Grand Cape County. But those useless people, those good for nothing and heartless people that you elect, that are supposed to represent you, they make sure your mineral that they are taking from the country or your country is impacting your life, they only after themselves. When they go, they receive their envelope and thing, they can they tell you sweet what they get in their car, their body garden, they gone. When you want protest, they send people there to come and shoot, beat you, and they always on the side of the company because they feel to themselves, oh yes, this is our pepper bush, we need to protect these people. So they prioritize the investors over you guys. Mr. Kone, welcome.
Uh, are you? Hello? You getting me?
We are hearing loud and clear.
Thank you, thank you. Good afternoon to you, and then good afternoon to Mavon, and of course, good afternoon to all of the followers, man. Great show, guys. You got you got doing the heavy lifting in a few days. Yeah, thanks for the effort. You know, to start with, I heard you guys talking about the developing story at the Capitol building. You know, in a government wherein systems work, to have a speaker that would not, especially our greatest allies in the world, that would not be able to even travel to the United States to meet with constituencies, Liberians, or even the American government at the level of the legislative branch is something that deep down in the minds of the legislators right now, maybe in time to come, they will speak it out. But it itself is an embarrassment. And I know Richard Cohn. The fact of the matter is that this brother is plagued with a lot of controversy. It itself is a bad reflection. Look, we are not in the war situation wherein some of these people that were at the head of legislative branch, they were warlords or they took part in the war. So based on that, it was difficult for them to go outside of Liberia, especially at the United States level. So that was understandable because those were warlords. But under normal circumstances like this, with a level of controversy, to have a speaker that would not get that opportunity come here in the diaspora, then say whatever you want to say. In fact, it was on one of these trips that Speaker Kofa was here. From there, he went to Italy and they started undermining him. So he was traveling the world. He, he was a speaker without boundary. He could go anywhere. But when you have a speaker now with boundaries, it's a problem. So these lawmakers, coupled with the fact that, and, the boisterous, the temperaments of Speaker Kuhn, Regime Speaker Kuhn, in itself is reflective of the kind of he is. This is the speaker that walked outside and he told police to bust his colleagues' car doors on camera. So the temperament is a problem. When you are leading people, you are just, I mean, you guys are all equal. You are just opportune that they elevated you to be a speaker for them. So for you to have those kind of attributes is troubling. So maybe based on all of those embarrassment, they are coming to a point wherein they want to make some decisions. I don't know whether Thomas Falat would be the right person for that, but owing to his characteristics, that he came from an institution that did nothing to him, but he decided to betray them. So I don't know whether the confidence would be there to allow him to ascend to that position. I just wanted to point that out. Now, when it comes to the financial accountability of Nimba County, look, guys, I will not commend the GAC. If you have a GAC that been existed from 2018 up to now, because long before that, but what happened that you were not doing annual audits? You will sit there and allow auditing to pile up for the next 8 years before you come out with a report. You say, "Oh, we conducted an audit. What happened with this? What happened?" What were you doing back then when you were taking taxpayers' money as salaries? Because Ali and Mabel, if these things are done on an annual basis, a lot of those situations will be arrested long before it pile up. But you can't tell me, you can't give me a financial report for 8 years, and then you can tell me where are those monies? Where are you going to get it from in the first place? Even assuming that those people took the only thing you're going to do, the tax, I mean, the NEMA citizens not going to get this money physically because some of this money has been squandered a long time, if indeed it went in the wrong places. By the way, did the report state that those money were disbursed already? And if so, there is a system. The people are there, like the players you talk about. Because from my understanding, every county have a financial officer, they have a structure. And the legislative caucus were part of this disbursement, so to speak. They were involved in it. So you got to come up upright and state where the trace of the money. Money that they're not just magical thing. It don't just move to places. Give all the traces of where all the money got spent. And if they were spent on projects that are languishing, because my understanding is one of the places that money got spent, and today, like the city hall and other places, this government have abandoned some of the projects because it was done under the previous government, and they get languishing in the budgets around there. So indeed, to close up on this, I would not commend the GSC because if you're doing annual audits, trust me, you if Abraham Lincoln took a money for the project by the end of the year or the fiscal year or whatever periodic audit you're doing, you immediately arrest a situation and curtail it so that Abraham Lincoln will not get additional money. But if you sit there for all the cumulative years, then you can tell me, so, oh, I conducted audits from 2018 up to now, and this is what happened. You are not working in the interest of the taxpayers. That's all I wanted to point out. But it's great to hear from you guys.
Yeah, wonderful. So,
Mr.
Brother
Mr.
Ali,
Kone,
yeah, I think I'll hold on for the next 15 minutes. I'll join you guys later.
All right, Mabel, no problem. We'll get
okay.
back on the radio, then we can address those issues. If there are Nimbayans that want to call in, or anybody that on the show that got some knowledge on it, that want to address some of those things, it will be for the good. But for me, the GSC and all the other government entities that are auditing, I got a problem with them.
Mr. Kone, you will be here or you want to go for a break?
Aliyu, I'll be here. I'll be here.
Oh, okay, okay. So this issue or this man or the speaker,
Hmm.
now what we are hearing, like people are holding meeting today, 41 of his colleagues went to have a meeting, and now we see that Thomas Fala was nowhere around. So people say he's not in the country, he's in China. And this statement coming from the speaker that if people don't attend session, he's going to cut their salary. If people being the government for long, does the speaker have any authority or power to do so?
Nope. That Aliyu, that statement was irresponsible, and there were, as stated earlier on, the temperament. The temperament determines a man. Even if you are myopic, politically myopic in the sense that there are just certain things that you can't see in a public space. Because why? You don't have such an authority. This is the same speaker that went and told JFK that they will give them X amount of money. This is the speaker, and then up to today's day, he never got that money. This is the same speaker that left and went to Lofa County and told the people he's gonna instruct the LRRC and so forth to come here and start doing XYZ, which of course he never has such an authority. So that's being myopic and don't even know your own responsibilities. I'm sorry, I'm not here to beat on him unnecessarily because, like I said, I know him, but there are just responsibility, there are just utterances that you got to control how much you've put out there for people. Legislatively, you cannot stop the salary of any lawmaker until it becomes a decision of your colleagues. Sorry, meaning you have a session and those things are deliberated on the floor and it becomes the decision that, oh yeah, XYZ lawmaker 4 or 5, if they're not in here, this is what we're going to do. And then, of course, plenary and other people come over with this that this is the punitive measure that we're going to take here. So if they're going to say, oh, anybody can here will take a pay, you got to be kidding. You know, Aliyu? So to your question, I don't think you put with such an authority unilaterally.
The speaker, that's why we always say this man don't even have a leadership ability.
Yeah.
But he was only sent over there because Joseph Baka want using to do all of this dirty work. Because what we see happening in the country today, when Fonati Kofa said that he's not going to be an opposition speaker to the government or to the president. Anything the president wants him to do, once it is in the interest of the Liberian people, he will make sure it will be passed into law whatsoever. But if there is anything that won't be in the interest of the Liberian people, that's not going to happen. Like this yellow machine business, he said it. The way in which the president started the procedure, the process of those yellow machine, he said it, if there is any money placed in the budget for yellow machine, it will not pass till the president can follow the proper channel. How will a president go bring yellow machine in the country, writing the speaker that, oh yes, those yellow machine are brought them on gentleman agreement, my friend gave them to me. This is why when you say Joseph Baka can lie, people say, oh, why should you say the old man can lie? That they respect, you cannot say the president can lie. And now my question, Josh Weah had never been convicted of any crime in any court, but you people call him criminal. And Joseph Baka that will look in your face and lie to you openly, publicly. You say we shouldn't say he lying. Somebody who didn't do anything, he was never convicted of any crime. He say he's a criminal, and somebody who will look in your face, he lied to you openly, publicly. When you say he's a liar, they say, oh, you did respected him. I don't really know. So how will the president do that? And like I said, Liberia, there are so many things need to be done. And Baka knew that he was coming to break the laws of this country. No respect for Supreme Court, no respect for Constitution, the rule of law, to run the country like a dictator, to have full control over the 3 branches of government. And he know with Fonati Kofa being a speaker, that was not going to work. So he did everything to remove him and bring this incompetent man called Richie Kun as speaker, who feel like he's the law and gospel. He speak with authority. He with like kind of aggressive way of talking to his colleagues. You people were all elected as representatives. These people were the one that elected you as speaker. Why can't you give them respect? You want to just address them like your children to your house? So this is leading to your downfall today. And the only thing here is, Mr. Conner, this is another thing that Liberian people read, the taxpayer money coming to be used. Because now they have started having secret meetings and things. At the end of the day, they coming to go lay land to some of these hotels. At which expense? That will be taxpayer dollar that's supposed to impact the lives of the Liberian people. Like I think Mr. Snow says, Senator Snow, nobody can remove a speaker without the executive being in the know. He been in that house for a very long period of time, and he said that whenever you see a speaker being removed, this executive is under it. So we knew that the removal of Kofa, but that one you don't need a rocket scientist to tell you. Joseph was in the know. He supported it. And today again, what we are hearing, if it is true the removal of Kun, he will be in the know and taxpayer dollar will be used. And this is my greater frustration. This man that campaigned yesterday against wasteful spending. and this kind of thing are happening. But again, he said we should expect to see a lot of unprecedented things happening under his watch. So these are some of the things. But when the same rope that hold monkey and the same rope can tie baboon. So Rachel Kun, the statement you made, you spoke loosely, recklessly, and you were so fast in speaking. If you see your friend then you come for session, remain calm, and you try to reach out to them. You know everything you do in our house that normal game. But coming out to say when they come for session, you will call their salary and thing as if to say you get that power. I spoke with three lawmakers. They say, okay, even what is about to happen, we will not be part of it, but we will sit and see, let him cut our salaries if he get that power. So that your statement was so annoying. It was so irresponsible. You don't speak like that. So we watch tomorrow and see if there will be quorum, if there will be session. Then we know as to whether this thing is getting serious or not. But if those people can go Riverside today to have meeting there, we watch the process and see. Then Thomas Fala, they say in China, he won't be like, oh, I was not part of it, oh, I was not there. Oh. Thomas Fala, he close proximity with Joseph Boakai now. Somebody said it on the show that before Joseph Boakai term end, Thomas Fala will be the speaker. So we wait and see how the whole game is going to play.
Yeah, Aliyu, Fala being speaker or something is not far-fetched for these people, especially owing to the way they have taught to him. And, like he's station. Look, the controversy of Mr. Boakai and the distrust that he have made the Liberians to harbor for him now. This is the man that got up and went to a cabinet meeting and told the people, you as a cabinet man, if sorry Ali, if for any reason you're thinking about 2029, then you must just get prepared to leave the government because right now we got a piece of job to do. Only for him to get up and go to a campaign to go to the launch of an entity that talk about his ambition, his support for upcoming election. How do you reconcile such a man? How do you tend to believe such a man? So when it comes to the legislative branch, that indeed he will do any and everything to give such a person the opportunity to 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 lead or to be a speaker like Fala, you can't doubt it because it's becoming like a darling ball for him right now. Even at the detriment, because just imagine people like Francis Nyimalin, he had a complete reservation about the whole nine thing up to now. But yesterday, Joseph Barker decided to go to honor that program because it was all about Joseph Barker. And so if he is willing to dine with such a man like Thomas Fala, obviously he's willing to equally support him to ascend to the speakership. But Aliyu, one thing I want the Liberians to understand. In the United States, a lawmaker from Texas recently was forced to resign and relinquish, in fact, his re-election bid, all because of ethical things that is stated that he was the same kind of moral issue talking about how he was involved with some of his staff, he was behind other women and blah blah blah, the whole nine yards. They subjected him to ethical investigation. But you have this very legislator. This is where my disappointment comes in. This very legislator wherein there have been numerous complaints against one of their colleagues, in this case the speaker. Have you heard of any ethical investigation against the speaker or to even deliberate it? Nothing of that kind. Their silence is deafening, and they are moving on as if nothing was ever stated by anybody. Say, oh, the speaker did this, the speaker did that. Can we look into it? No, 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 no. It has not been public. So as long as it's not been public, to my understanding, nothing has been done about it. So those are the kind of situation that you have now. Mind you, every day in day out, the government activity is being investigated by international. Don't see it like this. Those people that fly into that country, they're looking into all of these things because the question is going to be one of these days. But such and such was stated by, I mean, against your speaker. You ever investigated to understand what happened, or is there any findings? I'm not saying that he committed those things, but is there any findings against it? And there's nothing. So this is myself. So because mind you, previous government, like when you had a senator from my county, Margate County, that was involved in the problem that led to murder and other things, that man got arrested and jailed. You understand? He got arrested and jailed, and subsequently they took him out of the legislative branch of government. But today there's nothing like that. So if even they're stating something legitimate reasons, because those are legitimate reasons that people could side with and say, okay, but for XYZ reason, I don't think this man is fit to lead, or he's fit based on these things that were made up stories, and we have investigated it. Here are the findings, but nothing.
Uh,
So let me let the others come.
yes, thank
Before
you.
it's right.
Thank you, Brother AB and other Brother Ali. We're back after the news break. I think we're seeing Lofa Julius here also joining us on the half hour because we already have and maybe we come. In fact, we have 45 more minutes to go. But Julius, good evening, my brother. Good afternoon, good morning.
Thank you, Mayborn, and of course to my brother Aliyu and Ibrahim, all of you
Yes.
guys. Great to be with you all. Uh, for a minute, I'm on a farm, so when the birds are too much, you tend not to want to turn them, right? But
I know.
because of the topic on the discussion, I thought to jump in and just chime in, especially with the issue concerning the possibility of the speaker removal and specifically the Nimba County audit report,
Yep.
because I had a first-hand experience, and so when I hear this, I want to talk about it. Let me be honest with y'all. If and only if our lawmakers are courageous enough to move forward with the removal of Rachel Coon, it will set some example and give me a little reason to just maybe have 1% or less hope that they could do better. And I will celebrate that in any way, shape, or form that I can celebrate because it will bring home some level of excitement. Reason being is not personal. This is not personal. But the position that individual serves in is not it's not a position simply to run around or driving a luxurious vehicle and just talking loosely simply because you can talk. That position demands a lot. All right. It requires a lot of ethical and moral value. I know people say that area right there is political, but it comes with a lot of responsibility. Politics is not simply mere talks. It comes with a responsibility of being able to do your assessment, evaluation, and being able to apply. All right. The end result is the people. How are they benefiting from your leadership, your stewardship? Are they even
Yep.
sensing informed? Unfortunately, if you were to conduct any form of survey here, more than at least 85% of people who may call on this platform will tell you his presence out there is a waste of resource for the people. So I think it's time somebody is put in place so that we can experience the true check and balance that is required of those various branches of government. This is not a partisan or mentality nonsense what our people die from abject poverty. Now, let me speak to this Nima County thing because recently I visited Liberia, and no, for some of us who cannot afford, we broke, we don't have money, so we are not able to establish businesses in Liberia. But as we see our people going through a lot of suffering, we try to knock on doors to people who already have established businesses here in because of our network and connection, we encourage them to come to Liberia, invest in our country because we know we have the manpower. We know we have young people, 60% of population, young people who are willing to work. And we believe that if these investors come to Liberia, they will benefit in as much as providing job opportunity, not based on political alignment or political affiliation. So a few months ago, one of the investors that I invited to Liberia actually decided to visit the rural area because they believe in rural development, something that they're doing even here in the United States. So we went to Nimba County. My brother, if you are the kind of person that I am, and you see the women, okay, the kind of struggle that the young people are going through, the kids, if you don't shed tears, there's something about you. It's just not right. There's something about you. But our lawmakers will sit there and steal from these people. Our lawmakers will sit and steal from these people without any, I mean, without any remorse. All right. I saw women, three, four, five kids. They are the breadwinner. They farm, they send their kids to school. Remember, I could go on and on. So when I hear something like that, and I'm talking about in Nimba County, I reached out to several lawmakers to just be a part of the process. Be a part of the process. I'm not asking you for money. Just invite these people so that we can take a tour. I'm not asking you to pay for my ticket. I bought my own plane ticket. Not asking you to pay for my. I pay for my own food. I did everything. I'm just encouraging because we would benefit. They all turned it back, but one person, Todd Wombi, Todd accepted us. We went in his district. We toured that place from place to place. Worked with us. Today, Todd signed an MOU, and we are still working to make sure that we can give job opportunity to those people. What I'm saying here today and what I saw, if our people don't put their hands up and say we got to fight this nonsense, our people will continue to suffer. They will continue to suffer, and our people will continue to die in abject poverty. When I invited representatives from Microsoft, people at the Capitol stepped on it because they knew if we apply any form of technology, they will have to subscribe to that idea. And guess what? They knew it will expose them. Guess what did they do? What did they do? Excuse me. They did everything possible to kill that opportunity. These are the kind of mentality we want to go with, and that's part of the reason why. And I close on this note, we're gonna let other people come in. That's part of the reason why I see one person as a selfless individual, and that's Mr. Alexander Cummings. When this man opened his home to me, he's provided guardians and said, Lofa, this is not about me. It's about job provision for my people. Whenever you need assistance, you need guardians to bring people into this country, and because you don't have the understanding, you don't have that or ability, ask me to sit at a table or I will help you in any way, shape, or form. He could have said, no, I want to become president too. I don't think you should do it now. Wait until I become president. But he availed himself. I think that's why I have so much respect for this man because he's selfless. This is how we need to think as Liberians. And I stop when I know. Let them be audited and if prosecuted. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Wonderful. Lofa Julius, you are quite correct. I don't know what kind of money you guys, our quote unquote leaders, are they really looking for? Because if you are making 15,000 per month, including other benefits and actually you get everything free of charge. In fact, you get almost 15% working with you and so on government pay them free of charge. Government buy you for the $5,000 worth of car. You still going behind the little thing that is supposed to carry them for the people, for at least that will make impact. Julia, you just said something. That's why I want to see some of the government officials posting about bridge. For example, I can be asking myself, well, so you won't tell me that you guys they will not use a bridge too, but they are still taking pay. They are still getting all of the fast salaries. But when they build a bridge or something, they take the entire internet and post it like they will not pass on a bridge, or their family or their children won't pass on a bridge. So you see where we're heading to today.
But maybe
Yeah, go ahead.
You are low fire on. Yeah. My question again, because I know the radio are off at the time. My question to both of you: what was the GSC doing for the last 8 years that they did not audit periodically to understand the disbursements that were made to those counties, whether they were used for the intended purpose. What
So
were they
here,
doing that you will
Yes.
come cumulatively? Hold on now.
Mm.
Let me say, cumulatively, you're going to come and give a report now that, oh, XYZ happened over the period. Because my question is directed to, because look, listen, this is what I do. Okay? I audit too. And then I know a guy, you do fiscal audits, you do those
Mhm.
periodic audits
Exactly.
to understand where resources, because as long as our money is disbursed to Lofa Julius must get account of it at the end of the fiscal period or the calendar period. But for you to sit there 8 years, then you come there and give it, oh, they get XYZ money to this in this county. Even assuming that it is established that those monies were got in the wrong hand and they couldn't. What is it going to do? Either grab put jail in, but the taxpayer had lost the monies already. Because if you can't get it from this, then you can get it. So, but if it is done early on, you were able to remedy the situation. Like the case that we are faced with the $10 billion project in Lofa now. Today, GSC is not battling without all the LSCC or the something. But then after 4, 5, 6, 7 years, then you bring that kind of fight up. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's my problem here. It's a good thing to audit,
And
but
before, yes,
why to
before
procrastinate over audit years?
Okay, so before other panelists come on, let me just make it clear, or maybe let me have my say. Yes, that's the terrible part about our system, or how to do with our system. Most of our, in fact, if you even see our system, it's almost like pick and choose. That one you write on that one. I agree with you 100% that yes, indeed, we should. But I think I've been hearing that in many cases, sometimes somebody reports that you talk about 3 months, yes. Sometimes they'll have the 3 months, the 6 months, even the yearly reports. But some of the report will come and they will send in reports to the president, and the president will have a report piling up on his all or debts. My brother, this thing has been a tradition. Even as we speak, there are a lot of reports from the government or that have to do with the government. They stay on the desk of the president. Then you know, I don't even know what I said. By the way, look what you talk about. That's just
let
terrible
me say
part
this.
about us.
So let me say this, Abraham, to answer the question, your question in a very short manner is because most Liberians, we are not proactive. Most Liberians, in your case, as an auditor, okay, you are to be proactive. The responsibility that you are actually overtaking, that job duty requires being proactive to prevent the possibility or to prevent something from happening. That's why
Exactly.
by that rule. But government after government in Liberia have refused to be proactive, and that's why we are here. That is the reason why everyone else who occupies positions just don't care. They don't care. They do any and everything because they understand that look, nothing is going to come out of it like where we are today. Now, what Milburn said, if these audit reports have been presented and they were ignored, then let us retrospect. Let us look back. Okay, who actually had the opportunity to act and ignore those audit reports? Those are things that we need to start looking at, and that's part of the reason why we have to say to ourselves, we cannot keep making these mistakes. At the end of the day, we blame ourselves. Look, think about all of the presidents that have served. Every time we replace one president, we go back and say, God, how we made that mistake. From Charles Taylor to Madame Saline, do every time we regret our decision, but still we make this or make this mistake. So hopefully something comes out of it, not just to blow the steam, but let us get something out of this audit. Let us pressurize these people. But again, and I'm gonna close on this note, the people themselves must take the law into their. I'm not asking you to go and take guns. That's not what I'm asking. I'm telling you, take your lawmakers to account. Hold them accountable. If you have to take to the streets and prevent these dudes from going to work because they ain't doing much for you, do it until you get something out of them, or else stop paying them. Let them not get paid. That would be my recommendation. Let something come out of this report. Let somebody get fired and prosecuted. Hopefully, get sent to jail for lifetime.
Yeah. I mean,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Our boy is Ali. Yeah, but go ahead.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
logical point. It's a logical
Mhm.
point, but like you're saying, prevention is better than cure many a time. That's all. That's what I'm trying to drive home here.
But the system is a problem, but if you look at everything today that we are all discussing here and there that we're getting even open more, it's because of the terrible system we have. You think if the system were holding people accountable, it is someone will be making almost 15,000 without telling the people what's the reason? No. So these are all legalized corruption. But just because its own document to say yes, maybe one should make 15,000. In a scene area, somebody that are making 125. But it's okay. I know it's maybe who have the position. So my brother, the system is terrible. But again, in all, we always want to talk about the other one and leave the other one have a look. So since the GSE audit reports about NIMA candidates out, we will discuss that one. All the other audit reports have been coming out from 2000 or from 2024 up to now. That also on the direction of the president. We don't know yet. Maybe when new government will come, maybe then they'll put it out into the system. What, Billy?
But how long and what do you expect from this discussion about this GSP audit report? What do they really want in return? That's one I think probably that's where Abraham is going with the question though. At the end of the day, what do we get from it? Just talking about it or showboat? Just to show off? Is that what it is?
I come in,
but if so to that part that you talk about, the people themselves, let me tell you, that's why I'm so frustrated with the supporters of the government. The way I saw them yesterday standing up, the way I saw them yesterday, the way look, they kind of more energy, they kind of more way I saw them yesterday. If only the what happened in I think like Kenya or one of the African countries where the people themselves they say no, that we don't want to bring the power and we're not going to hold you accountable for everything. So if they rescue people, if they mean business for this country, only they want to stand up. Everything we say here today until when they agree that yes, our government is not proceeding regularly. We stood up yesterday in the throat of the previous government for all these things. We don't want to, or in fact, we don't want to see this thing repeated anymore. No. When you leave party sentiment, people love the political party more than the country. People have to survive. People, so many things just play, Julia. So it be difficult. By the time you myself, we take our own time to come and talk. It's all call us names. Are you not seeing all of these things? But they are aware that in fact that the system is terrible. The system is making them to live in poverty. But they see you myself like we should lead the demon gods so that the demon gods can survive and eat all of the best. But let us just not talk. So let me go ahead when Alina comes up, so can go to the line.
But my question, Lufa, audit is a good thing. It serves as a catalyst for accountability. You understand me? I got that point. But here's the thing: you have current monies that in less than 3 years that have been misused, unaccounted for structurally. But they give these people the slap on the cheek. They say, "Oh, but man, let's go." Take for instance, immediately the government came to power, they took away $8 million from the central bank coffers and gave it to a
in fact, 22 million. So you
I'll give you the sequence, Mabon. $8 million from the central bank and give it to a private bank. One of the guys at Unity Party or only put them a paper. Today, GSC have given no other report on that. The LSCC article, the assets recovery have gone nothing. They say, "Oh, I want to leave other government to come." So it's going to be you're kicking the can down the road continuously. When are you going to be proactive, like you stated, Mabon? I mean, Lofa. Today, you have a very government that was $22 million that was allocated for road network, whatever, and then they gave us direct roads. Those very roads today, I've seen pictures that because the rainy season has come again, all of them they are falling apart again. This guy, the legislator, called him in, wanted to give him a slap on the cheek and say, "Oh, go and don't commit crime."
So if it's going to be 100 million,
my thing here is that this thing is like showboat, like the way you can state that. It put the people under the guise that, "Oh yeah, we audit. I mean, we're holding people accountable. All the government is working, they're holding people accountable." Those things are just for the cameras. All right? And putting it under the impression that, "Oh, this government is fighting corruption."
The good thing about it,
but the corruption is prevalent.
Okay? The good thing about it is that even no matter which way it goes, some of them too, their name will also be inside. So for me, they let
Yeah,
because I know
but
at the end of the day, I'll
that
make
is
a
way
point.
that's way after the fact. Move on. That's way after the fact. But anyway, let's make progress. You know.
Yeah. So in short, what I'm saying is, no, I'll try not to understand from where you are trying to take your point. But at the end of the day,
Mhm.
yes, they will not want to do. Caroline, Yipa, I think she said maybe on the rescue people will not do what the opposition should be doing. No, I think Caroline we have to graduate now from the previous opposition tactics. The previous opposition tactics was, let me be frank, it was terrible. Even to the extent that you gotta go local candidate during the election time to have people murder, it was bad. You know the kind of we not continue to be into the kind of protest. You know everything that you protest. Caroline, you know everything that you had to protest that people had to be in the US and be controlling the once upon a time. Henry Costa was in the US controlling people here. Go out there, go protest, go do them. No, 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 no. Some of us will not support that. Even people who are even planning to even protest for me here, I would not support. If you want to gain a heart of the Liberian people, you can say organize them for them to even say somewhere, you'll go your truck and you'll do maybe peaceful, some kind of thing that you will do, but not about robust protest, acting in front of the Liberia coming finish. By the time the people come on the street, they destroy maybe other property. No, 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 we don't want that kind of thing. For some of us, will not support that thing because at the end of the day, there are other people who will be struggling with their little want to businesses, and sometimes this thing will get damaged, or sometimes lose their business or their property. So I will not support the behavior of the previous opposition yesterday. The previous opposition yesterday, their tactics, it worked for them. But the other opposition, they can find different tactics. They can find different way to go. And now station protests, going in the street, harassing people, doing all kinds of things, that will not be good. So, Caroline, it's not my point there. My point is, even I can remember the future when there are the data issues. Even to the extent that some rescue supporters and all, in fact, they joined the campaign, and yes, indeed, data, even the other NEC, they joined the campaign. So, no one will say, because at the end of the day, when the rain fall, it will not fall on one person. It will fall on everybody, whether you good or you bad, whether you for white or you for blue, whether you for green or you for yellow. But again, look for anything before we go to the line quickly.
Well, no, Melbourne, at the end of the day, we can only say our part, but let the people who are feeling a direct page give a view. Maybe when we're talking to the people, say, oh, you say yourself in America, get money in your mouth, like they rarely refer to all the time. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Melbourne, I experienced this firsthand until when I was on my way to Nima County, like I said earlier, I met a young man in Bond County who had been following me. And we had a conversation, a short conversation. Then when I mentioned to him, we were seeking help and other young people to kind of work with. Now he kind of stood aside. I mean, then staunch citizens who were only doing installs. Now the whole perspective. So I mean, let's talk. At the end of the day, this is not us. I will show you. You have something you can get a couple of dollars.
Lofa, you breaking in your signal going bad. Lofa, your signal
Yeah,
going bad.
yes. So to what Lofa was saying, maybe let me just add up to him. Yes, Lofa Junior, you 100% right. This, in fact, this platform before the CDC people did not use to elect the platform. These are facts. The entire platform before our Unity Party and all the other opposition people that were on the platform here. But the only difference back then was at the end of the day, some of the panelists that were on the platform before the YouTube say that if you say you don't want George Weah, don't go Mantikon way. That was the only difference that used to make the Unity Party people angry. But they used to enjoy the platform because they know very well. In fact, APL like keep all of them, they used to be commenting here back to back, sometimes calling in and everything. So we know them, we know this thing, we know all of the people before that used to say, yeah, you guys are doing well. The same behavior. Today, sedition, today they are all crying. And in fact, yeah, the country top, the country did. By the time you bring them back tomorrow, what will happen? Now, the part. Yeah, man, the country is interesting. And then we'll see what 770. $0770203 Look, I'm very interested. What a country to live in. Oh God. Yeah, let me go to the line, man. David King, good evening.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Billboard?
Yeah, man, better go ahead.
This is David King, an executive member of the Continental Driver Association. This Billboard is quite unfortunate about our country. Conducting the business of the Nigerian people, they are putting one time that they are not a group of people who will work for this country. Therefore, we took 7 months to get rid of the political party. Today, we are hearing about another orchestrated by the landing by the evidence industry. So I'm just telling you that will take a entire system to be in position whereas the level of the Liberian was going to be rescued. And the languages impact your poverty when it does that money. If you have a meeting with thousands of dollars being spent in a billion, I think this is one unfortunate. We need to have our life to be rescued as well as there, but the worker is.
All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. And
yes.
I'm calling from Compound 3 and James here. You know, all I think is talking to all of these people, they will even holiday that they go nowhere. Before in power. So what they do, go somewhere. They can't go anywhere. They're not ready for the country. They're not ready for themselves. They don't want packet money. And all that money is packeting immediately. They will suffer and they will not enjoy it.
Oh.
Because they have a poor crying for a particular money that it's taking for the other family. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. To this caller, good evening.
Evening, and good evening to the fellow panelists. I want to tell you guys, thank you for the discussion. How can every day you guys will come and discuss one issue? Every day we discussing one issue, and there is no small change at all. There's no small change at all that we see every day. Things just escalating in the country. So they want, because they won't come in PO again, all that kind of photo they went to that
LJ.
Oh no, they go to the hotel again. I know they go to that place, spend all of that money. Yeah, again. They come inside, they don't want to. So it is one way people and every day you reflecting the issue. We are saying, our friend, there is no change. It is our way being a country.
People don't care about you. They only care about themselves and their family. That's just as simple.
Yeah. This is how we do our next generation come. People in the country, nothing like you.
All right, my sister. So this caller, I was Samuel. My brother, okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for the show. Let me say the other thing for the family. It is our therefore, so the issue in our capital building, therefore now, what capital building send the government into power. Therefore, instead of somebody is responsible for causing confusion about our law because, or are they really doing it for power or for money? What really going on there every day? Just recently they had election for a speaker. Then another one is undermining the second one. What already going on? Therefore, confused people in the country is very bad and making it look at the country to the other one. They say, what's the parliament? What people there to be reasonable? There's only rational people that will sit down to analyze issues that major be affecting the country. So when we focus on capital building, no, never. Even the people want to remove or make it thing, they shouldn't replace it should be some of that. This man is first time going to 30 local as representative. He's not happy in local. This guy is very anxious for West. He's not for the other thing. He's not going to the
All right, thank you, my brother. I might do got to make some improvement in life. Yes, my brother. Good evening.
Thank you very much. I'm the common for German. I represent for Brother Justice.
How would you common people say they can see yourself? Oh, they are giving yourself positions. I hope you are not just connecting yourself from the common people that you are putting their business on your head.
No, we are part of them. I'm one of them. So the thing that they are German.
Okay, go ahead.
I keep for them. But you your father just said that all out of his investigation of here last year. And I tend to agree with him. Never agree with him. Because this government is hypocritical. This government is full of devil sinner. Devil sinner. You see what he said? About 10 minutes ago, where you look at it, nobody knows where that's what it is.
Oh, GSC not ready for that one, or maybe GSC not seeing, maybe that network not strong here for that one. Don't worry.
So the other opposition, they are coming and if you're smoking it politically to go investigate. They are going to investigate a case today, or whatever investigate a case today. They thought they get stuck. They get stuck, but it's not stuck. They get one criminal that they get to my fault and my fault. But the moment you talk to them, they say that, oh man, and the grandpa, wait up there, grandpa, no, these are down there people, they are hypocritical. So I still beautiful that for that's the war coming out right there because they want to be in the rough now.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother, to this caller. Hello.
Yes. Good evening, neighbor. And my son and your co-host in the diaspora.
Yes, brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, Peter David Casa, come from another trailer in Lower Johnsonville, an outstanding member of the Concern and Black Justice. You know, neighbor and Masale, what is happening at the House of Representatives, as for us, it is not strange to us. And we predicted these things, and now the reality is setting in. Because we knew the leadership ability of Richard Kuhn. Richard Kuhn leadership is very much decimal, and his interpersonal relationship with people, it's lacking. See what is happening? This is the first time ever in the history of Liberia where after 73 lawmakers, then you have and 15 going for session. This does not even signal to a man who claims to be a lecturer at the university that he's totally out of the speakership. You cannot maintain even half of a quorum. That clearly indicates to you that you are out. And this man, you are very much happy. What is happening? Because these guys use the resources here to illegally remove Honorable James fanatical for. And that's what the saying that says, what goes around must come around. So the man now, the trap that he said, you are being caught in his own trap. And he said, oh, when no lawmaker comes, I'll cut your salary. What constitutional mandate? The guys were elected just as you were elected. And when you cannot even maintain a quorum, what made you to be a speaker? A speaker of the House of Representatives is a speaker that and maintain the quorum. That is a lawmaker. What do you get 15?
Thank you. Keep a calls coming. We'll take a few more calls, only one or two more, and go over to our team of panelists so that we can close on for the day. We'll come back on tomorrow by the grace of God. Wet Wednesday evening here in Peansville. Yes, the rain been falling back to back, at least helping us to have a little cool time. They're taking away all of the heat. Yeah, that's good. But again, 0770-203-125. That's the number to call this evening. My good friend and brother Louis already here with us. Louis Pond. Good evening. Yes, sir.
I like your energy. I wish I could borrow the kind of energy you have.
Thank you.
I like your energy. You are first and foremost. The team in the US are secondary. You are first. Because to coordinate, set up the station, do the link, get it viral. You are doing a great work for your country. You're doing an exceptional work, Melbourne. You have sustained the team from Unity Party opposition days to current Unity Party ruling days. You have done sufficiently well.
Thank
I
you.
always like to acknowledge you.
Thank you, my brother.
In the States, sometimes more will come on, some will go. Sometimes you'll find Steve will not be there. You'll find another person, Ali will come, Masale will come, this, that. Lofa Julius Johnny, this, that. Everyone has always been consistent. That's a plus for you.
Thank you, brother.
Having said that, you said something that trickled my core. I didn't want to call, but it actually trickled my core. Everyone, take it or leave it. The current opposition is very weak.
Mm-hmm.
They are extremely weak. Listen, in George Weah government, when George Weah was president, 2 years into George Weah government, George Weah reached a crisis point.
Exactly.
Too many people can miss the analysis. George Weah reached to a crisis point.
Mm-hmm.
Now do not complain about their money. Then taken from their private account, they still private company never cash our money again. The central bank, personal reserve. The second biggest protest in the country, where my father told me that the biggest protest is
that was June 7. Okay.
June 7 is the second biggest.
Okay.
George Weah, there was, the government reached at a crisis point. Bwaka, 2-3 years have now reached a crisis point, but you reach a disappointment point. There's two things people can make when you're doing an analysis. Your projection and your forecast. 2-3 years in the George Weah government, you are at a crisis point. 2-3 years into Bwaka government, people are not having at the disappointment point. If our analysis have shown there have been few protests from Baba Molu, I think Bwaka 2 or 2-3, they have not been successful. They have not gained the kind of momentum. When you discuss it with the country, you got to be frank and brutal and listen to them. Molu tried to generate the concern. If I were told that the journalists were more than even the protector on the Molu, there's another one coming July again. The speaker, he will not be removed. He can be removed. Only one person. The day Bwaka, it's already changed speaker. The day Bwaka is unhappy with Kum. Kum will be out. He declared that he's already changed speaker. Everything Bwaka wants for him, push it. The day he got disappointed in Kum, it's not even a colleagues that can move him. It is our president dictates and control the legislature. We have an imperial president.
But Louis, today you are breaking another news. We said that time we have numbers and people argue, oh, President Bwaka have nothing to do with this. President Bwaka, you guys always accusing the president. Today you are saying it publicly. Exactly.
George, we are protected for Chimo. They want to serve as liaison officer in the deputy speaker office. George, we are protected buffer. There was series of Fonati about far popular than buffer. So we are saying George buffer's confidence. Buffer remit. George, we are settled a lot of meeting behind buffer to cool his removal. This executive control the legislature. Don't let nobody. And last time, let me close on Mr. Cummings. Listen to me, my instructor in my development policy administration in my development study class, he said, Pony, you got to win to govern. If I close to Kumi, I want to see Kumi's. He said you can get the best of brain, you can get the best strategy. Kumi is correct, but he said, Pony, the first thing you got to win.
Oh yeah, you got to win first. Exactly.
Kumi does not have the ability to win. He continues to want to go first. He has all of the framework. He has all of the methodology. He has all of the brilliant philosophy and vision for the country. But reality, he must win to govern. In Europe, you got Unity Party and CDC. No, it's a two-party state here. Period. You got to live with them to win in order to govern. If you can never get.
Thank you.
People can be suffering. They in the swamp. They're suffering. They're eating. They get work.
No,
People suffering. They're eating. They get work. They stay behind the Unity Party. This is not the U.S. You must win to govern. Unity Party and CDC remain the two most popular party in the country. Period.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, my brother. You are quite correct. You have to have woman before having child. In short, and what I'm trying to say, you must win something before you can govern. But no time to waste. Let me just cross over, please. Let's manage the little 6 minutes at least of our time to our panelists. Maybe AB, Lo-Fi, if you can start or maybe close up first.
Okay. So Milborn, let me go quickly, right? And just in response to the caller who just left the line, he's absolutely correct about one thing. All right. He's right that you must win to govern. But at this point in time, we must also understand that when the soul is on your leg, there is no time for you to sit around and wait for the ambulance to come to you. You got to go. You got to go there. There have been institutions, political institutions before the CDC. Am I lying? The Charles Taylor Party, okay? They did not win massively. They did not lose. The True Weak Party, where are they today? There have been institutions, there have been political parties before the two current political parties that now consider themselves the largest political party. And as for the UP, let us understand that Unity Party is a collaboration. All right, not just one single party. They have a merger of all the political parties that with them that got them to where they are. So when the people themselves, when the people are tired with the United Party, you yourself, you will wonder, where is United Party? Remember, it took the CPP to give life to the United Party again. It did not come from anywhere. It did not come from their legacy. It did not come from their history. It came from the CPP because they saw somebody else. They saw a new face that they could believe in. And they thought that the merger would bring something for them. Because at that point, like you said, the economy was dying under President Weah, and President Weah was, the government was in chaos. I stop at that note and say Liberians must stand up. And I think the people are tired with both institutions at this point. They need another direction, and that direction is the only alternative that can put us on the right trajectory. Thank you, Mobon.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thanks to the callers, and thanks to the input from all of us here today. I mean, we're playing our part, but to the caller that stated that oppositions, current composition of oppositions are weak, though they are now weak. The strategy might be different. And by the way, for history's sake, I know maybe he, like he stated, he didn't know some of those things. President Talbot was doing a lot in that country. He had one major protest back in 1979, which was the Rest Riot. And that was after 8 years or 7 years in power. And then the subsequent year, he got overturned by the Doe era. So it's not all of the time that people got to be in the street agitating. But what is happening to this government right now? This government is exposing itself to the point that people can stay home and agitate. And that's what's happening right now. If the entirety of the country is against you, trust me, come election day, you're going to see it. You won't understand yourself. Because the lives of the people, if they're not improving, their children are not in school, everything is falling apart. They don't have to go in the street and demonstrate. But people will continue to point to the lapses of the government. Because if the essence of government is to govern and then make your life better as an electorate. But if it's not happening, trust me, you got a decision to make positively. You don't have to go in the street to agitate every time. Yes, it's your right to do that. So I just want to point those things out. And this government, everything that they are doing, putting you under the guise that they are fighting corruption, is just smoke screen. They want to portray themselves as the moral conscience of society, which of course is wrong. They are doing worse than what they say they are correcting. They have not convicted any of those people that they claim that they corrupted this country. They are prosecuted, but they have no conviction of any of those people. So what are you fighting? When in fact, today, people taking the money are still around with them. You can't even go after them, but you're going after 8-year situations. The current one is to rescue the money then that you talk about, rescue the monies that are still in the hands of people that just corrupted a few months ago. Then we understand that you are fighting something. But no time is fast and labor. Thanks for the time and thanks to all of the callers. Aliyu, Lufa, and everybody else, man. It was great to be here.
Thank you, Brother Aliu.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, thanks to all the callers. Thanks to those in the comment section. Liberia problem ain't get in. Like I said, this whole thing we are hearing about the speaker whatsoever, the only thing now is our country money. Like Senator Suno said, no speaker can be removed without the executive in the know of it. So we don't know. Baka said he wanted origin speaker and he get it today, Richie Kun. So we really want to know if Waka is the one under this one again to remove Richikun and put another person. We don't know. But I listened to Senator Snow and he been in the house and I believe what he said because he was removed too. Okay. Like I think they see Thomas Parliament when the fish come from the water and say why you should to believe it. So we watch and see how the process will go. The, the people should respect our taxpayer money. All the time you guys spend around LJ Hotel, our taxpayer money. Today they are start having meeting all the way Simple Bridge to Riverside. That's the area they're going. That their own venue they're trying to put up a very expensive place at the expense of Liberian taxpayer dollars. But again, we wish the best for our country. Mr. Kumi, me, I can always tell Liberian people, the day they will make the better decision to hire Alexander Kumi as president of Liberia, you will see your better and different Liberia. It's up to them. We will say it. 2029 coming, it's up to them to make a better decision. We that live from here to go vote, we are there 1 or 2% of the vote. They make up majority. They know what they are going through. We only yet guide them in the process. They know what good for them. Till we can see again tomorrow. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Lofa, go ahead. You wanted to say something?
No. I was just telling Aliyu and you guys. Thank you.
Great. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be asking you and Brother Abe question because from what you guys were saying about the opposition. Yes. So tomorrow we'll be asking you how strong is the opposition? Maybe because you guys are defending, and I like that. So tomorrow we'll be asking you guys as to whether maybe the kind of opposition we saw yesterday is the same opposition that we are seeing today, or maybe there's a different tactics. But anyway, good night. We see you on tomorrow by the grace of God.
Okay.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to serve. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving the care and the parents of them. So welcome and life with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't Sktv Lib. C'est ma chérie, tina ke ase ma yamo. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rather lofa and grandbaza.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagiyari na ya tumale, Sktv, ena napagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rather lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Kevon, Monserrat, San to Bakulu, from Maryland, Bonk to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa.